game is not running. Okay. Well, now it says I've played for 8.3 hours, even though the executable was not open. That's Steam for you. All right. Do I? What nerve is that? Is the vagus nerve? Or like a more important one? Or... I don't know anything about nerve endings. Oh. Oh. Mitochondria is an asshole in the cell. Oh, it's true. Looks like the path splits. Which way do you think we should go? I'll just have the map open. Just in case there's some dumb shit. I mean, that one is pretty funny. I mean, yeah. You say it in a way that's, you know... Oh yeah, there's no talking chess in this one. I feel like my eyes are freaking a little bit. But, yeah. You gotta say shit to fuck with people. That's just the way it goes. That's how, you are you. It's like in my eye. Yeah, it's because I haven't drinking water. Drinking? Drunk? You streamed Remnant too? Or do you mean you streamed? Do you mean you were streaming? Ah, I see. I see. Of course. Of course you didn't show your face. Oh, goodness. Got my hopes up. Wow. I was gonna ask how many times did he die then, but then also like you're playing online with a random person. It's like the blowjob joke doesn't work very well. I don't know. His build was OP, but he went down 8 times? What's wrong? More monsters? No, not monsters, it's... Huh, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, it's gonna be the silver-haired girl. Oh! It's the silver-haired girl! Glad to see you're alright. Though it looks like there was nothing to worry about in the first place. Nope. I'm small and quick. These things can't lay a finger on me. Fee Clausel. What is up with these Oh yeah, Fee Colossal. That's my name. Woo! Yet it loses. You're just over halfway through. Keep it up. Later. I gotta figure out a voice for her. Hey, wait. Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? I'll be fine. I'm used to this. See you at the end. Bazinga. What just happened? Wow. She certainly wasn't fibbing about being quick on her feet. Guess we really don't need to worry about her. Yeah, now I'm more convinced than ever that she knows exactly what she's doing. Just over halfway through. Has she already been to the exit and then come back? Lurkin. It is so funny to just have, like, a gun. It doesn't even look like an orbital gun. Like, is it just a shotgun? Like a gunpowder? That wouldn't really make much sense, considering, like, you would need ammunition. My name is fine. Motivate can now be used. An encouraging shout to rouse allies to battle. God. I had a company meeting that was super lame. You ever have a company meeting that's like, damn, this is fucking dumb. They're like, these are our, I know it is an orbital shotgun. This is our company motto kind of thing. Like, we strive to be true gurus. It's like, God fucking damn it. It's so fucking lame. This is what IT is about. I guess, whatever. Yeah, we have that kind of a morning meeting as well. We at least go over, like, numbers, but, like, also it's like, I don't think anything happens in them that we need the meeting for. Like, we could just as easily not have it, and I do not think it would affect anything. Then you have a meeting about the meeting, and the meeting about that meeting that you had the meeting about. You guys just can't ever get anything done. Did you hear that? Someone's fighting up ahead. Come on. Red, wait for me. Incredible. That was really something. Judged by that display, I don't think he needs any help from us. I take it that's another school of Imperial swordsmanship? Right, that's court fencing, an agile style favored by the nobility. And judging by his poise, he's no amateur. Did you need something? Grr. Sorry, I was just admiring your swordsmanship. I'm Ren Schwarzer. I didn't get the chance to introduce myself earlier. I'm Elliot Craig. Gaius Warzel. Nice to meet you. Gaius Warzel. I'm Gaius Warzel. Nice to meet you. Oh, Gaius Warzel. Nice to meet you. I'm not the only person that I've seen do that, and I do still blame you for telling me that I was doing it correctly. But I would have just looked it up. I literally would have just looked it up, but you were like, no, that's how you do it. And then I'm like, okay. So, did you tell him that part? I believe I have already introduced myself, but once again, I'm Jusis Alberia. I have to say, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm impressed. What are you talking about? After all that bluster about finding your way to the exit alone, I wasn't expecting you to actually rely on others for help. I assume you came to your senses shortly after you stormed off, and then wandered back to apologize like a good boy. Yeah, which you don't need to do at all. You just hold down on the D-pad. God damn it. It's still... Yeah, I believe I remember we had talked about that, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I have seen people, I get like YouTube shorts where people talk about that specific moment, like into, you know, just, oh, that's, not talking about them trying to do it and be like, what the fuck? And there's like no other part of the game where you need to do that. Very, very odd. Maybe it explains it in the manual, I don't know. Truly the virtue of the common man, why a pretty noble such as myself would be far too proud to do such a thing. What the hell is your problem? You nobles really are all the same, so full of yourselves. It's a wonder you don't pub. And you're not just a garden variety noble either. House Alberia is one of the highest ranking in the country. I'll bet you just love looking down on us less fortunate souls, don't you? You're one to talk. I don't need a lecture on right from the son of the Imperial Governor. Wait, what? Oh, I thought the name Regnitz sounded familiar. Karl Regnitz, the first commoner ever to hold the seat of Imperial Governor in Heimdallr. First to rule the capital, and this headstrong young lad just so happens to be a chip off that old block. Pretty rarefied. Pretty rarefied? Air for a simple commoner, don't you think? What does that have to do with anything? Yes, my father is the Imperial Governor, but he earned that position through years of hard, honest work. Don't you go lumping him in with you nepotists who get your titles handed to you from just being born. Perish the thought. No, I mainly just regarded your father as a reformist and a close friend of the Chancellor at that. And as you're vividly aware, his faction is in conflict with the noble faction, led by none other than the four great houses. When you look at it that way, your vitriolic disdain for the nobility suddenly seems rather cheap, wouldn't you say? You son of a... I can't get his voice down. You son of a... Machias, don't! Oh, excuse me. Oh, well, didn't even mean to make that decision. I think you went a little too far, Jusis. Being at odds with Machias is one thing, but dragging his father into it is pretty low. You're better than that. Ren! Perhaps I was a bit out of line. Maybe I should do Jusis' Seto Kaiba. It may be for the best if I leave the four of you to find your way out of here together, while I make my way toward the exit alone and unimpeded. I can see I've still got a lot to learn about the particulars of your social strata. Yeah, I'm sad to say these kinds of disputes are pretty indicative of how the Empire is these days. How are you feeling, Machias? Have you calmed down now? Yes, and I wanted to say I'm sorry for the way I acted. I shouldn't have gotten so riled up over such an obvious stunt. Yeah, you do kind of lose your cool maybe a little too easily. But it is true what he said. Your dad is the Imperial Governor. It's true. It's not that I was trying to hide it. I just don't like going around telling everyone. I don't like to brag. But just so we're clear, that doesn't change who I am. When you get right down to it, I'm a commoner head to toe. My father's salary is nothing to boast about, and he doesn't have any of the perks nobles are born into. I know. Don't worry. Governor Regnitz is pretty well known for being clean as a whistle. Really? I've heard the name, but I can't say I really know anything about him. Well, that's enough about my father for now. We need to get moving. We've wasted far too much time here as it is. He's right. We should get a move on. Shit. Alright. Nice. Won a battle with a tactical bonus? Seems kind of imposing. I don't know how to break the ice. I love the idea that these other kids have swords and then just the one kid has a fucking shotgun. Like, it just doesn't seem right. I don't know. Like, maybe a rifle would have fit in better, but just like a shotgun seems like, I don't know. Seems like an odd choice. Not that I'm against it. Wow. Nice. Can't believe there aren't any fucking talking chests in this game. Absolutely diabolical. Hello, lady. How are you? You mean that they're in like 3D? That's such a funny way to describe it. I mean, it's true. They were very... I know. The shotgun keeps sticking out to me as, like, a lot. Shit, I keep forgetting that it's on. It's a different button. Yeah, because the other guy has a sword, which is like, okay, that's fine. This guy's got an orbital staff, so it's got some magic. This guy's got a pole arm, fine enough. And then just a fucking shotgun, like we're in Resident Evil. Jiminy Christmas, man. Says, I'm trying to think if I've ever even seen a shotgun in the series, because you see guns. Like, guns are whatever, but like, just odd. Yeah, I'm trying to get all their voices down, so. Hey, are we? Because, of course, there's no English voice acting. Looks like we are. That definitely seems to be the exit. I can see the sunlight streaming in, so I'm guessing we're finally clear. They have the nerve to call this an orienteering exercise. I'm not certain what I was expecting from an academy founded by Emperor Drykles, but I can tell you this wasn't it. You can say that again. What was all that business about Class 7 anyway? Good question. We got people from here from different backgrounds, classes, even cultures. There's some sort of secret agenda with this whole Class 7 thing that we just don't know yet? What was that? There! The statue? What the heck is that? A beast of living stone? Igloo Garmer. Are monsters like this common in the Empire? Of course not. That thing's cutting off our only route to the surface. No choice, we have to fight it. Why? Damn, in here I thought the worst was over. My Dios, help us. Yeah, the guy with the glasses kept talking about how we need to protect the women. He was like 2 seconds away from just saying like, we have to protect the females. It's like, damn. Okay. I don't really have any other options besides just hitting it hard, so. Yeah, but I do think that the switch to 3 dimensions hopefully will make it a bit more interesting to look at. Well, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. Do you think that this is more boring? Well, I'm thinking about like charm versus like actually interesting to look at. Because I think the other games are more charming, but maybe not as interesting? We'll see if I really believe that. I don't know. I've spent very little time with this. Oh, what the fuck? That seems just as boring. Oh no! Damn, cooked. I'm really trying to think. Hold on. Because this kind of looks like, let's see, Trails of Cold Steel 1. Released for the PS3 and Vita. So this was a PS3 game, originally. Oh, that's a good question. What about Loafsmith? Oh, that actually was a good defense now. that pole arm right up the tush. You gotta have your lesbian base. I mean, otherwise, what is it all for? Different good. It's a good joke. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm curious how, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. Because this is supposed to be the more imperial, country, so maybe there's gonna be a theme for that it's like... You know, like some kind of... Just some kind of imperial thing. Something that takes itself a little bit more seriously, but is actually kind of silly. Is it dead? No, it's down, but not out. Ah! That's one... Can't do that voice again. Oh, that's one hell of a second wind. Looks like this thing has our number. It's no use. We're too spent to go another round with it. Because I have no choice. I'll have to... Stand back! You made it! You certainly got some good timing. Huh. Well, seems like you're all okay at least. I'm sorry we took so long. You're here and that's what counts. So a gargoyle, is it? I didn't expect to find the Dark Ages alive and well down here. It didn't seem like it'll go down easily. That's what your mother said. We gave it everything we had, but as you could see, it's rallying at an alarming rate. With this many of us, if we could just find an opening. Fine, I guess I'll help out. So it's all come down to me then. You! Arcus, activate. Chew on this airstrike. My ankles. An opening. Go. And I'm gonna have to get the voices down for these because I believe that like this is our party, so we got like 8 people that are just gonna be talking a whole lot. Now. This one's mine. Yeah. Damn. Nice head cut off action. We did. We did it. Oh, I think that's the end of it. At the very least, that creature doesn't seem like we'll be coming back for a rematch anytime soon. What happened there anyway, right at the end of the battle? Now that you mention it, I did feel something to wash over me for just a second there. There was a shimmering veil of blue light surrounding each of us. Was there? I did notice something as we fought. Perhaps it was just the blur of combat, but I felt like I could see everyone's movements in precise detail. I don't think it was just your imagination. Maybe she should be kind of like a stoner. Agreed. I have a feeling what we just experienced was the biggest selling point of the almighty Arcus. Give this man a prize. It looks like friendship and teamwork saved the day once again. I'm so proud of you guys. We met today. Anyway, that about finishes up today's special orienteering exercise. Oh, what's with the long faces? I thought you'd all be happy. What are we supposed to be happy about? I have so many questions, I'm not even sure where to start. Oh? I'll take a stab at it. What exactly is the purpose behind this Class 7? I mean, we get that it's supposed to be some sort of melting pot that includes a broad cross-section of people, but why were the 9 of us chosen in particular? That is a valid question. There's no single monolithic reason why you all made the list. But if I had to name a major contributing factor, it'd be that those Arcus orbits you got there. How so? Well, like I explained earlier, the Arcus units are developed jointly by the Epstein Foundation and the Reinford Company. Like any battle orbit, they let you use arts and they have communication functionality built it right in. But their crowning feature is what's known as combat linking. That's the phenomenon you all just experienced just now. So that's what that was. Seems like a pretty apt term. It did feel like we were all connected somehow. Precisely. It doesn't take a genius to imagine how much of an advantage a feature like that would be on a real battlefield. An elite unit that can sense each other's movements, acting in perfect sync even in the most chaotic conditions. You can hardly put a price on that. They could bring about a revolution in the way wars are fought. It does sound rather... What does a female stoner sound like? Oh, man. What? Idealistic. Well, yeah, the technology has its limits. Some have a natural aptitude for it, others just don't. And out of this year's fresh batch of bright-eyed students, the 9 of you turned out to have the highest aptitude. And since aptitude trumps background in Class 7, well, here you are. Let's see. Female. That is my fault. I should not have said female. Well, there are cases where female can be used, but you should... There was a person today who described it very well, that you shouldn't use female as like a noun. Which I guess I use it as a noun. Male, woman, you know. You know, I can't justify that. I just shouldn't have said female. What is a stoner who has a who is... What is an AFAB stoner? I don't know how to put it. I don't know what to talk about. But what gives us this aptitude, though, as compared to our peers? It just seems so random. What indeed has promised, if any of you have objections to being in this class, speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that pretty much covers the hows and whys of your situation. This program isn't cheap to run, so we're not about to force anyone if they don't want to be here. Ah. Femboy. See, now that's thinking outside the box. You should also be aware that Class 7's curriculum will be tougher than any other class coursework, just fair warning. So now you know, and that leaves you all with an important decision to make. Will you stick with Class 7 or not? If you opt out, you'll just be placed in the class you would have been assigned to otherwise. There's no pressure. Nobles will land in Class 1 or 2, commoners in 3, 4, or 5. Still just the first day, so there's no real catching up you'd have to do. I'm sure you'd fit in just fine. I'll do it. Whatever Class 7 has to throw at me, I'm game. Wait, what? Just like that? So you're the first, then? You seem pretty sure about it. Any particular reason? Not really. I just feel like I've put my family out, asking them to send me to this school. So if it gives me more to show for my time here, I'll take whatever opportunities come my way. A noble sentiment. Count me in as well. The greater the challenge, the more I can push myself to excel. One can't hone a blade without grit, after all. Well, let's make it 3. Considering how far I came to attend this school, it'd be silly to back down before I even started. Well, looks like we've got the country's strongest freshman on board and our foreign exchange student, too. Any more takers? Allow me to partake as well. I was only able to come because of the school's generosity, so I feel it's my duty to help in any way I can. Sign me up, too. I kind of feel like fate brought us here for a reason, you know, and you all seem pretty easy to get along with. You know, there was already a character that we were introduced to who apparently is a kind of a bit of a sex fiend, but it's a woman. having sex with like other women, which is very. I didn't expect to see that in like the first 30 minutes of this game. I kind of feel like fate brought us here for a reason, you know, and you all seem pretty easy to get along with. And that's a yes from our 2 orbital staff testers, though I feel compelled to remind you, your weapons are still in the prototype stage, so on top of your other work, I'll be expecting reports from both of you. Zeri man. Fem Zeri. Of course. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let me join too. Oh, there's a surprise. I was almost certain your rebellious streak would see you opt out just on general principle. It does bother me that you've got us using these Arcus units that are still pretty clearly in development. But if I let every little nitpick like that hold me back, I'd never amount to much. Damn, I believe it. Words to live by right there. Hopefully we can meet her soon. That brings us to an even 6. Now, what about you, Fee? Don't really care either way. You can choose. Not this time. This is one call you're gonna have to make for yourself. That's the deal, remember? You need to take control of your own life. Fine. I'm in. Oh, well, at least you committed. You got a Magnificent 7 now. Which leaves us just the 2 of you. I can see you've got issues with each other, but that doesn't mean you can't at least try to work together. Why, if you just look past your differences and embrace the joys of youth, I'm sure you'll become the best of friends. Like hell we will! The exploitation of the common people by the aristocracy is a blight on every facet of Erebonian life. Unless something is done about it, this country has no future. I appreciate your candor, but I don't think you're going to achieve much by lecturing me about it. Well, at least that makes this simple. I, Jusis Albaria, claim my place as a member of Class 7. Huh? Why? You're the son of a duke. Just the thought of being in the same class as commoners should make you sick. Oh, thank you not to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. As far as the House of Albaria is concerned, there's little difference between other nobles and commoners. Besides, this should at least ensure I won't have fools flitting about every day trying to win my favor. That said, I have a little interest in getting drawn into your petty arguments on a daily basis either. I think it would be prudent for us to go our separate ways. I'm certain we can at least agree on this, no? I don't need some pompous ass who coasts through life on his father's coattails telling me what to do. I'm in, come hell or high water. You might have had your successes spoon-fed to you up to now, but no outdated class system is gonna hand you trophies anymore. You little piss boy. We'll see about that. Oh, they're gonna be like this pretty much all year, aren't they? Sure seems that way. I wouldn't bet on them ever seeing eye to eye. Oh. The pots shouldn't be too hard on the kettles. Give the guy a break. Well, how about that? 9 out of 9. With that, I'd like to congratulate all of you on being the first ever Class 7. Yeah, we're at a military high school, essentially. Or academy? I don't know how old they're supposed to be. 16, maybe? 17? 35? Who could say? I hope you keep those high spirits all year, because with the workload we've got planned for you, you'll need it. Well, I wasn't expecting Class 7 to turn out quite as diverse as this. It certainly promises to be an interesting year. Oh, hey, we got Olivier. I gotta go take my contacts out. The eyes dry out. Okay. Haha, you took the words right out of my mouth. But perhaps this too is the divine providence of the goddess, no? How do you mean? Our boy Olivier. Seeing them there, I feel they have the potential to be the light we seek. A light that can break through the storm clouds that continue to build over our nation day by day. Yeah, and obviously I beat Trails to Zero and Azure, I finished that part. Some really crazy twists at the end of Azure. I think the game could have been a little shorter, but it was good. It was a good one. It ended up being good, I should say. I wonder which boy I'll date. I don't know if you can be gay in this game. Probably not, but you never know. Oh, there's the sex crazed lesbian. Ah, only saw her for a second. She's in an all leather suit. Or a skin tight leather suit, I should say. I feel like the word suit does a lot of heavy lifting. It's like, you say suit, I automatically think like a suit jacket. But like, say a woman is wearing a suit, you don't assume that it's like a sweatsuit. I don't know. Sweatshirt, sweatpants, sweatsuit. I should just enjoy the anime of it all. Yeah. Feels like it should be the business one. I mean, like a swimsuit. That's about as opposite to a business suit as you can get. Prologue. The Way to Thors. I finished the prologue. Woo! 331 to 417, so 17 days later, about like 10 business days. Well, maybe they have school on Saturday and Sunday. I think in Japan they have school on Saturday. No, they think they only have Sunday off? I don't remember, but I know that's usually what they will base stuff off of. All right. Okay, recognize anyone in this photo? And I can't decide if his name is Ren or Rain or Brienne or Reen. I haven't looked it up yet, so I've been going with Ren. Time to get going. R-E-A-N. Reen. Oh, Reen. Rayon? Rayon? Maybe. I mean, I think these are supposed to be like kind of German inspired, so maybe there is, some other pronunciation that I just wouldn't think of at all. Morning, Elliot. Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together? Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little. No problem. I've guessing everyone else left already, huh? I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Gaius in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is. Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly? Yeah, let's see. I should just take a look. Well, Rian. Rian? Rian. Yeah, so it is R-E, like a hard E. Rian. Rion. Yeah, just Reen. Okay. Interesting. Reen. Alright, well, whatever. Sometimes that's a situation. It's the way that, yeah, Reen. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Morning. Are you two on your way to school? Yeah. Come on, Emma, we're gonna be late. Hey, wait for me, Alyssa. Or Elisa? Oh, we'll see you in class. Never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge this long. She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive. No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance to apologize to her. Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand eventually. Reen Schwarzer. There's a lot of names in this that are like, I'm just gonna guess, and then if it's obviously the main character, I should know how to pronounce his name, but everybody else, like, I don't know. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it'd be a load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least. Hell yeah. Hell yeah it is, Beanie Deadly. I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be. Yeah, I definitely gotta pay attention. Because instead of detective points or bracer points, we now have academic points. These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? For all of the trails here, this is my first time playing the Cold Steel games. So are you talking about Cold Steel because I don't have one yet? Or are you talking about, like, just in general for all the trails? It's funny, I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed the academic side of things would give it a run for its money. Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I had to very quickly reevaluate that. Ah, you too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all. Randy, for sure. I'm trying to think if there's be anybody else that would be my favorite from Zero and Azure. I think I like Kevin too. Estelle, you know, she really is she really is a lot of fun. And Olivier. I think Olivier is my favorite character, honestly. I think he embodies the most fun that he's peak fun in this series. What about yourself? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Josh was a lot of fun too. He just is also I kind of almost wish Joshua and Estelle just weren't in Zero and Azure the way they were, because it did. I don't know. Their characters didn't seem to add a ton. I mean, Ren added a ton, and so obviously they'd be close behind her. I don't know. Joshua didn't really seem like he had much to do. But then Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind. I'm sure. Jusis and Elisa are apparently doing really well too, as are Laura and Gaius. Really? Guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up then, though I really do hope they don't mind. I'm not sure I follow. Yes, my plan, so I've been working my way through all of the Trails games, so I've been playing them in order. I don't know how long it's been. So it was like 3 months I've now been playing these games. I have no clue, honestly. I did have a vacation in the middle, but so I literally just finished Azure earlier today and then just started up Cold Steel, so I'm gonna be playing through all of them. That's the plan on stream. Oh, sorry, you got me thinking about Jusis and Laura. Jusis? I need to know how to pronounce Jusis. Trails of Cold Steel pronunciation. Yeah, well, that was we're talking about name pronunciation, where it's Leve? Juices. Okay, somebody posted a guide here. Let's see. Juna. Liberal. Usis? So it is supposed to be a ya? Usis. I know, well, these people say it's Jusis Albaraya. The name uses a soft J sound, often rendered in English as Jusis, rather than the Japanese Usis style, focusing on clear phonetic pronunciation. Yeah, it's Jusis. Okay. Like juice, and then is at the end. Huh. And Jusis' family rules over the whole eastern side of the empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally. Well, they both said it was okay, so don't worry about it too much. But you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Jusis every chance you get, like it's certain someone else. Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hope they get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. The two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air. It's not all Machias either. Jusis seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. Can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point. Yeah, I wish there was something we could do to help them get along. That's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7. Dormitory number 2 for all the common folk like us. Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory. Though to be fair, I think that building was abandoned until this year. It seems like they renovated it just for us. Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. I just wish we were a little closer to the academy. Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once. Ah. Class 7, I see. Is something the matter? You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving. Yes, Patrick. A word of advice. You may be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place. So they're from one of the upper classes. Well, I hate talking to them. Fortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Jusis are like that. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That's the infamous dormitory number 1 where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside with maids and butlers and everything. Wow, really? Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace. Yeah, sorry. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people. I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one. Stand, bow, be seated. As I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago. Thomas Lysander. This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions, a civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I'd think even young children would be able to pass this course. Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects that it had on the Empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war, as members of the aristocracy. Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession. He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the Empire, would go on to make quite a name for himself. And that name, of course, was Drychlis Rhys Arner. He would later become known as Drychels the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Drychels' army was initially rather small in number, but as he traveled across the Empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Drychels first began gathering his army was... Breen Schwarzer, would you care to tell the class? The place where Drychels first started to gather his army was the... It was the Nord Highlands, a region northeast of Erebonia. Very good, Mr. Schwarzer. Prince Drychels' wanderings led him to the land of Nord, where he lived with the vagabonds for some time. It was there that he heard of the civil war taking place in Erebonia, and those vagabonds of Nord became his very first allies. Yes, I got it right. Nord Highlands. Guess he didn't need my help after all. Academic points. By making good decisions, acting appropriately, and completing quests, you will gain AP. Well, that's what the guide's for. Nice work, everyone. You made it through another grueling day of classes. God, I could never go back to high school. Just... You know, all my high school memories are like the stuff that's outside of the classroom, but inside the classroom was so fucking boring. In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what you want to do with your time. Why, you can go shopping in the capital if you wanted to, or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful. Will the Academy's facility still be open for us? Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself. Of course, this school shuts down for no one, so feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like. A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that. I see. I'll be certain to do so. Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week. On Wednesday, you will all have your practical exam. A practical exam? What does that entail exactly? It's part of your combat training. It'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time, too, just to keep from getting rusty. Interesting. I definitely don't like the sound of that. Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet. What? Here it comes. So whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something. That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise, bow. I'm a little worried about that practical exam next week. I mean, I'm still just getting used to this staff. I'd be happy to help you train if you need a sparring partner. The gymnasium looks big enough. Then I'm sure we'd have no trouble finding a good spot for it. That's very kind of you to offer, but I was planning on attending club practice today. Oh, you joined a club already? Which one did you pick? I decided to try for the band. Though I'm not sure how much use they'll have for a violinist. I don't know you play the violin. You just pick it up for fun? Yeah, something like that. How about you guys? Have you joined any of the school's clubs? I'm considering joining the art club. Art, huh? Somehow that's not what I pictured for you. No pun intended. Do you have any artistic experience? I dabbled in it back home. Taught myself this. I feel like this could be a good chance to learn proper technique. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of your work sometime. Oh good, you're still here. Instructor? Is there a problem? No, I was just hoping someone could do a teensy little favor for me. There's something I need picked up from the student council room. Something you need picked up? What would that be? Oh, that's for me to know and you to find out. All I'll say, it's something absolutely essential to your school life. Somebody needs to go get it, though it doesn't matter who. Any volunteers? Sure, I'll go. If I show up in the student council room and tell them you sent me, they'll know why I'm there, right? Wait, are you sure you don't mind? You do have clubs to go to, right? I'm still totally undecided, so this shouldn't be a big deal at all. I can look in on a few clubs myself along the way, in fact. Well, if you really don't mind, thank you. The student council room is in the student union building next door at the end of the hall on the second floor. It's open until quite late, so there's no rush. Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in your capable hands. Okay. Okay, I do have to go to bed. I thought I could stay up later, but now I'm so tired. The eyes keep slowly closing. But God, I thought I was gonna stay up till like 1:30. I thought I had another hour in me, and I just don't. Okay, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I will definitely be streaming more Trails of Cold Steel. So, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to follow. All right.